Hello, my name is Shadley, welcome back for another episode of Anbennar EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode we did take quite a bit of land here and we've got some new neighbours. Now we can actually get a claim over here, so I guess we might be in for war soon down to the south, now that we've got the claim there. So they've got two allies. It's not a lot of troops that they'd have. That would allow us to do a lot of exploration to the south. But admittedly, I don't know how much we'd be able to get from here. Maybe we'll get a claim on the other province here just in case as well. And then once we got that, we're going to do the war. It's going to take a little while to get all that, but I'm sure that will be fine. And the fleet that we started building is slowly shaping up. I mean, well, that's one ship done of many that we need. Get a couple more manufactories in the meanwhile. So how is our income doing? We've got 340 total income. I suppose there might also be pretty good workshops. Oh, wow, yeah, that's a good one. That's also a pretty good one. The rest of those we can probably wait for the time being. So our army size, oh, darn good, is fighting again. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that they actually do win and get over here so I can start fighting them directly, because it's 80,000 men, so it's not easy necessarily, but it's definitely doable. And I suppose, so we're still waiting for that war galleon to be built here first, before we can get the final cannon for this army. And we've got a lot of Diplo points, so let's go ahead and get some more development going, shall we? Actually, what we should probably do is figure out the center of trade that we still need to upgrade. Like, there's one over there. Doesn't have a university yet. That one has been upgraded already. That one's been upgraded. That one's already level 3. That's a level 3. There's another one that we haven't done is this. Let's get the university in there. But there's not really that many centers of trade to upgrade, quite frankly. Unless there's one over here. No, that doesn't have any. Alright then. I mean, I suppose this one's another one. We did get the university in here. Well, let's go ahead and get this developed a little bit further then. There we go. So now we could upgrade this to level 3 if we had the money. And that would increase our trade power. I mean, we've got already 1,300 trade power in here. We control the majority of this trade. I'm guessing we are... Oh yeah, there we go. There's already 8 ships. Just waiting for 2 more frigates to be built. I don't know where exactly those are being built, though. Oh, one of them might actually be on its way already in here. And then there's that one being built. Oh, someone got their troops bashed in there. Oh, and we'll build the university now, so that is another mission done. Merchant guilds are quite happy. We got 100% okay. Alright then, so we control all the land. I mean, we've been doing a lot of development, so that makes sense. So I don't suppose if there's any more things that we don't need here. I mean, the yearly prestige is okay, but getting the extra tax might be even better at this stage. So I'm going to get rid of the patronage of the arts. We're going to keep the extra Diplo points, or monthly monarch points in there. Right of council, we could maybe remove that. Well, maybe not now, but later on we could probably remove that. Then there's this one, but this one increases... I mean, improves a lot of things in there, to be fair. So eventually the estates might be a bit of a hindrance for us, quite frankly. Treasure fleet departs. We're going to try to sneak past them again. Now, do we have... I suppose we've got a lot of development over here that we could do for fairly cheap. Places that are going to be very valuable. There we go, so that's a few more points. We are still 8 years ahead of time in tech there. Oh, oh. Ivory carvings, where did this one happen? Oh, this got 2 extra production, okay. Just going to develop that to level 10, or 10 total development. We can get the, oh, we got the workshop there already. We're going to get the temple upgrades. Oh, that's actually something that we should probably build somewhere. Suppose another thing that we could do in here. So with the workshop and trade station already in there. I mean, there's not really that much that we need to do in here. Cathedral's not really required or anything like that. Regimental camp could be built there, I suppose. That's always an option. Corruption. Ooh, I can afford taking a bit of corruption, and we've done all the government reforms, so we don't need to worry about that one too much. We had the current ruler as a babbling buffoon, so we don't necessarily want to re-elect that one. But the question is, what do we need the most? I suppose we're spending a little bit extra admin points right now, so we're going to get the bureaucrat candidate. Oh, adjust. Okay, so that means no unrest, or not a lot of unrest at least. I was waiting for the spy network to build down here, but I suppose what we could do, if these armies are mostly full, already. Oh, did we... Right, we got the 40,000 men over here. I'm just going to split this army. Send one of the halves in here. Transport over already, so we can start combining that into other armies in here. Admin tech cost, admin... Okay, sure. Admin tech cost reduction is probably a good idea. Oh, and that's going to give us the governing capacity as well. Okay, when do we get the next idea cruiser? That's level 22, so that's still a bit away. Naval professionalism is going to be... Oh, right. Have we got any culture? No. We accept all the cultures that we have. Alright then. Well, I mean, that does reduce a lot of the potential issues that we might be having. We've got still a lot of money, though. Let's actually have a look at the cathedral. So it's... Well, I mean, these two might be okay to upgrade. And that one's okay to upgrade, and maybe that one. I don't think most of these aren't really that valuable. Especially the one over there. Like, this one... Probably don't need this in here. Oh, is this... It is part of a state, okay. But yeah, I'm going to destroy that temple. I might upgrade the castle, though. And then eventually get... Oh, we don't have workshop in here or anything like that. Okay, so this would be... Oh, and a university would probably be a good idea. We're going to take this white network construction, actually, right now. Just so that we can get the claim on the province here a little bit faster. And then, hopefully, we can do the war down here. It's going to be a lot of exploration with the war as well. To see how the world looks like down that side of the mountains, anyway. I'm going to build the ramparts over there, actually. I'm going to arrest her. So, admin advisor leaves the court, which is a bit of a shame. It was already level 4. Ooh. Now, a mage might not be a bad one. Sure. We can't afford promoting her yet, but that's fine. Still making pretty good money. I mean, 140 ducats. Oh, so Rapture's got a bit of an upgrade there. Or more skill, that's good. Right, so right for council. If we were to remove that, no, our nobility is not loyal enough to do that. So let's just wait on that one. Oh, right, these are wasteland right now. So can't go in there, I think. Yeah, these two are wasteland. Right, just blocking the areas that haven't been developed yet in terms of the mod. I mean, that's fair enough. Well, they're still fighting between... Oh, right. Our neighbour over here is getting sieged down pretty badly. I wonder if they're going to lose some territories. Ooh. Yeah. We're going to take a bit more points there. So how close are we getting to the next text? 8 years ahead of time, still soon 7 years. But we could probably do a lot of development. Oh, we lost our admiral. We probably don't need the admiral right now. I don't think we'll be having too much fighting. But we're going to make these armies into 30,000 men. I'm going to bring this army down south as well. And group up an army there. So we'll have 60,000 men as a front line. And we're going to have another 20,000 men as a backup. Now that is 6 development total. Alright, that's not too bad. We could probably develop with that further. But at the same time, I can just let that develop on its own pace. Was there any other areas that we needed to develop it? So this one is... We've got the university there. So developing this would actually be fairly cheap. So if we had the money, we could upgrade that one. I believe we had another port already that we could upgrade. Down here, wasn't it? Yep. Okay, so now we just need to save a bit of cash for that, but that's alright. So the troops are arriving here, and I suppose we could take this one as the backup army in here. Although, technically speaking, we could... You know what? I want to keep at least 20,000 men over here in the north. We could probably drill the army in the meanwhile. We could probably build another 10,000 men in here. There we go. So now that that's underway, now we can combine these. Not necessarily full drill there, but that is hopefully time to get the claims here. We have 2 claims. If we were to declare wars, they've got about 60,000 men there. So it's not really that massive. They don't have a lot of cannons, oddly enough. So we might be able to beat them quite easily in combat. Although I don't know what exactly their modifiers are. Let's just get the troops a little bit closer before we start the war. That one's still on the move, but that's fine. I think we can now begin, and we're going to put it... Well, I suppose it doesn't matter which one we put as the war goal. We're going to get both of them regardless. Some drillings were stopped, but that's actually not a bad idea. We move through there, you move there, and I suppose this one can move to the province behind. We'll slow down a little bit for this war, just in case. Because we need to do a lot of exploration in here and all that. That is a mountain fort with level 4. Okay, that could be a bit bad. But I'm sure that we can break it. one way or another. I suppose this is another place that we could probably just build a fort. Just to protect the southern parts over here. I mean, we're going to have a mountain fort over there. But, like, between these two, like, who controls... well, I mean, that's just a desert, admittedly, so it's not that great of a fort location. But it's still, you know, blocking the path there quite nicely. And the sieging is being done... Which one of you? You got 2 siege pips. So, White Boy, you're going to be the one that is going to be sieging down the province there. I'm going to bring in the 20,000 men over here as a reserve. So, 80,000 men should be enough to fight them off in most places. And I suppose we could also use the artillery barrage here to speed up the siege a little bit. Also get some more conversion going. And we've got a pretty good amount of money. Right, so they do actually have a decent bit of troops overall, but of course they don't... Like, if we compare, like, infantry and cavalry, it's roughly even, but then when you compare the artillery, we've got way more troops than they do. And plus, we've got 80,000 men on the front line here. They've got about 90,000 men total. But in combat, I think we are going to be a lot better. Even though they might have better generals for all we know. There you go, so food shortage, so at least the siege is going slightly faster, but it's mountain and all that, so the defensiveness is fairly decent in there. But we've got pretty good siege ability overall. Why is there Miltech? 19. Hey, we snuck past the pirates again. That's good. They got 19, so that's the same as us. Yeah, okay, so they got the same tactics in theory. We might have a bit higher discipline, though, which I believe does increase the tactics to some degree. Plus, I reckon we got a lot higher... Actually, yeah, I suppose we got some... Hell, they got revanchism, so they've just lost the war, haven't they? Oh, they probably pieced out as soon as we declared war. Probably. Although they are still fighting over the war, so maybe it was a different war. Right, let's get this siege done, shall we? Nope. Well, there's a water shortage at least. I guess we are going to go speed 4 while we wait for this one. I suppose we can increase the tolerance of goblins here. Lots of prestige. We've still got 90, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh, and we got... Oh, but we can't upgrade the trade post while at war. Never mind. Alright then. Well, in the meanwhile, let's go ahead and get some forts down this way. We'll upgrade that one and build up that one. So that's going to be our sort of west wall for the plains over here. Or western wall. Don't necessarily want to be borrowing the name. Right. Oh, there's a little bit of supply shortage in here, so it's a good thing that we didn't go for 40,000 men armies. But it's mostly a problem during winter and all that. But we got the war goal at least. Oh, they are getting a lot of troops now. They might be hiring some some mercenaries, actually. We're going to be expanding very slowly in here. Also taking it very careful because we don't know where the enemies are. So we want to be able to hold back at least to some degree. That's one province that is going to be sieged down, and there's another one. It does go all the way through here. Does that actually reach... Oh yeah, that is an entrance. Okay. Getting that one actually be a good idea because we could then start entering into the mountains. Although I suppose the mountains might not be that easy for us. But maybe if we can get a vessel in there, that might help. Can you actually move down that way? You can. I'm going to move you down here in the middle. There we go, so that's one siege down. This is not the capital, actually. I think this used to be a capital for someone else that they've conquered. Because their capital is down here, and it's being sieged down by someone else. Alright then. You know what, we're going to move there. Suppose you could move in here. Well, let's just hope that there's not a lot of enemy armies here trying to sneak around me. Because I can't see them. If we can get this... Oh, I suppose we got a fort already in there. Oh! Right, that switched hands there. Let's just move down to that side then. Moving here next to the fort. And we could probably build a few more manufactories in the meanwhile. A lot of fairly valuable places for that. That one's also a pretty good place for a workshop. We can't build trade depots. Well, I suppose actually there might be some trade depots. No, we can't afford them. Never mind. We don't have enough money. We just spend quite a bit of money for the work or the manufacturers there, so I'm not too... Oh, wine and glass price increases. Oh, that's nice. I still don't know a lot about the rest of the world, though. I mean, we know a few bits here and there, but not enough. And looks like Dangun is losing the war again over here. Although that one's been sieged down, so maybe not entirely losing the war, but they are having definitely some problems there. There's Lofty Wind, so right, this is the Harpy Lands, isn't it? Yeah, that is Harpy Lands. Smugglers running a rampart. We're going to probably afford losing a little bit trade efficiency and national tax modifier. As long as it's not too much. Let's move in there. I suppose, can you move down that way? If you move around there, you know what, I'm just going to keep you here, close to the sieges, so that we'll have possibilities to regroup in here, or group up into one combat, if need be. But are they still fighting in Second War? No, it's only us now. So how much do they have troops? They do have a lot now. Let's see, that's 30, they've got about 100,000 men total, so if they do fight us in here, it's going to be bad. But I suspect that we might be able to hold them back for the time being. Oh, right, we lost the general. Oh, it was the general right here. Bollocks. Right, then let's just send in the stuntmen there to help. Bit more cannons and all that. I suppose we could also use the artillery barrage to speed things up. Then we need to hire up a new general in there. There we go. 1420. Let's spread out a little bit. Not too much though. Hopefully within walking distance. Now that we've got the fort over there, that at least is going to give us a pretty good security in the area. Oh, we lost a trader. Alright then, let's hire another one. Actually, yeah, we could hire another trader. Sure. And it's a bit of a promoting there to be back in full effectiveness, but that's alright. Alright, so there seems to be a bit of passage down there. I'm going to hold on to this location for now. And then you can move around that way. I'm going to move down this way now. I don't know if there's a fort over here. Probably not. At least it's not complaining or switching hands or anything like that there. And we lost the leader in the north. Alright then. I guess we're going to hire another general. 0220. Not best, but I suppose for drilling that's fairly decent. Don't risk losing any of the really good generals doing that. Let's move down here. That's a bit of a longer distance that I expected that province to be in. Right, so they are actually low enthusiasm now. If we wanted to get some land here, they would be willing to give us a little bit. I wouldn't mind getting that fort, actually. Maybe a little bit more sort of land there. Ooh, actually, no, they wouldn't be willing to give me more than the fort there. I suppose the war is still young. We can definitely siege down more if need be. Admittedly, we haven't fought them in combat yet. That might be a problem. This army is risking a lot going there alone. And we've got... Oh, admin. We're going to save the points right now. Although we might have to start developing a little bit again. Just to get some of the provinces core as soon as possible once we do win this war. Right, so that's impossible. That is not our enemy, I don't think. Presumably. Yeah, no, I mean, there is enemy down that way. I suppose we could go over there and start sieging down some of that. So that would be another entrance into the mountains. There's a little bit down here. Alright then. I don't know if this is the same... I think this might be a different dwarf. Or maybe they lost some territories in here. Who knows? Right, let's... Oh, we can't move down that way. Because there's a fort. Ah, okay, so we don't need to move to... Okay, actually, White Boy is the better siege leader anyway. We'll send him in first. Because this one could be... Oh, you know what? We'll wait over here for the time being until we get to the fort. Oh, yeah, there we go. That is a fort indeed. It's only a level 2, though, so that should be done fairly shortly. I can move maybe to the side there. So if need be, we can send in an army down this way. So there's 2 of the enemies are now with low enthusiasm. So we could maybe get the... And now we would get a border with the dwarves there. Which would open up the gates into the mountain itself, or the Serpent Spire itself. Alternatively, we could try moving down this way. But no, I think that is actually a good idea. So just going to take a quick piece here. We've explored a lot of the land now, so next time that we fight them, it's going to be a lot easier to find our way through this land. Let's send you down to the middle there. Not coring. It's not going to cost us that much points there, and I suppose this one will be standing around the fort there, doing a bit of rebel suppression here. We do need to upgrade the fort over here to level 6. I mean, we've got the fort over here now. It's only level 1. Oh, right. So this is something that we might want to develop. Oh, right. It's not a full core yet, is it? We've got a little bit governing capacity still. Oh, right. I remember now. I wanted to make this into a trade company region. No taxes or anything from there, but that's alright. And now we can do some investments in here. So the... Let's see. Local trade power. So it's just the state stuff here. Ooh, yearly armature edition could be quite nice. So that's definitely something that we could do. Garrison, so that's defensiveness. Ooh, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get the garrison at least. And land force limit +5, that's also quite nice. And governance, we can... oh, local manpower and sailors. Oh, right. Local venture, local goods produced, and local production efficiency. That sounds like a good idea. It's gonna cost us a lot, and foreign influence, so that's taxes. Ah, okay, so we can actually get some money out of here. And then the harbour is, well, we can get some local trade. Oh, and that is local production efficiency as well, okay. So we'll probably build up that one for sure. And is that... are we getting a... actually... now that if we have a look at our subject, so is that one... we don't get the... no. Currently control of only 10% of this trait there. And this... no, okay, actually, it's not that much total. I mean, it's probably pushing a lot of it back, so that's probably why it's not quite as good. So you're not moving, so I'm just going to give you some orders to suppress rebellions here. You're going to be moving down up north. Well, I suppose up north isn't really down, is it? But regardless, we're going to be building stuff there. It's the... ah, there we go. So we could probably upgrade this to 40,000 men almost again. Actually, we're going to go for 40,000 total, and then also let's just increase the regimental camps over here in inland. Okay, and a little bit more land force limit. So, we've managed to push through the mountains and into another continent. I suppose this would be another area where we could just make... oh, that is already it. Right, okay. If we just get a little bit more points... oh, right, we can only build one of these per state. Right, so the harbour, if we wanted to get that one from the depot, we can get a lot more trade power, as well as production efficiency. And that's going to give us a bit more money from the production and taxes in here. Not really massively more, but a little bit more will help. Of course, the autonomy is going to be bloody massive, so it's going to be kind of limited in the total impact, but it's still better than nothing. Let's improve opinion. Oh, right, actually, this one is something that we've been increasing the trust in, or trying to increase the trust there. We've got 68 trust right now, so let's just go ahead and keep on increasing the trust, exchanging favors with trust rather. We could maybe ally you at some point, because you're the one that is going to be the closest to becoming our new vassal. Get some goblins. Okay, sure, let them in. Get some more conversion going in the meanwhile. And are we... we're 4 years ahead of time in the tech. We might want to do some more developing in the meanwhile. There we go, that's a little bit more development there. We're going to maybe develop this a little bit further as well. And then that one. There we go, so that's a lot of things being improved there. That's definitely good news for us. I suppose this army could do a bit more drilling in the meanwhile. And this one could do a little bit more drilling. We've got the forts over here, so if something tries to attack from the west, we'll be able to protect against that for the time being at least. And then I suppose we'll get another manufacturer in the meanwhile. Seems like these are starting to be pretty decent areas as well for the production, or we've built up a lot of the other areas, I guess is another way to look at it. So we still get about 150 ducats per month. We've got total income of about 360, so we're spending about 200 ducats total. I mean, fort maintenances are fairly large, state maintenances are fairly large as well. I mean, for the state maintenance, I suppose there is few things that we could do, including... did we end up the... no, we didn't end up that one. If we put this one to no edict there, whatsoever, we'll maybe get a little bit more income. And we can get something in here, I suppose. We don't have a lot of rivals yet, but fort maintenance on border with rivals might not be a bad idea. Because I suspect that if we have a look at the stuff here, we could probably rival the Sun Elves. Now, they are a little bit stronger, so that might not be a bad one either, although we don't have any forts on their border. If I rival the Elves... they got a slightly stronger army than we do. Stronger than... oh, about 37% stronger than us. But we can sort of attrition them on the walls here, for sure. Although I suppose the attritions over here aren't really that bad. But still, it might still be okay. And next year or two, we'll probably get more techs. It's going to give us a more power production. We've got a lot of power production, to be fair. And you are requesting a military access through me to fight your enemy here. I mean, that one's been fighting our or neighbors, really, not allies, for a long while here. We don't know the dwarves yet, but I'm sure that we will get acquaintance with them soon enough. Oh, now that we've got, or rather, now we're not at war anymore, we should be able to upgrade the centers of trade here to level 3. Oh, we already got 7, never mind. We need more merchants to upgrade more. Alright then. Well, that's one of the reasons why we go... Oh, actually, is there... No, there's no center of trade there. Oh, but that's another development point over there. Let's have a look at... Is that now... That's 9, okay. And you want to go through my lands? Alright. Let's go ahead and get an alliance with you. So you are going to be a little bit more closer to us. Then if we start improving relations with you, or increase the trust, we might just about be able to turn you into a vassal. It's still -9 right now. Partially because our reputation is kind of rubbish. Well, their army is getting wrecked. They had about 10,000, now they're down to 1,000 men. Suppose they are fighting... Oh, do they have a rebellion or something? Maybe. Or maybe they just destroyed a lot of the troops because they were no longer at war. That's also a possibility. So SR... Oh, just is actually not a bad one. So we will re-elect you then. Oh, and we lost the white boy. Alright then. Let's hire a new general here then. In the meanwhile. There we go. 2331. That's a pretty decent sort of average general there. Like, definitely not bad at anything. Right, I suppose at this stage we could probably just get all these techs. That would allow us to get the extra governing capacity to get more states within sort of the northern areas here. You want to go through my lands? Or, oh, is that? No, we don't actually know these yet. Nor do we probably know who asked for the military access, but yeah, I think right now we're just going to get all these techs. I know that we're wasting a little bit points, but at the same time it's going to allow us to upgrade our cannons to swivels, which is going to be a lot. Oh, big upgrade there. We got 57.5% professionalism right now. We could probably do a little bit more drilling up here. I mean, we are actually doing drilling there already. There's, oh right, this one was supposed to be doing pirate hunting in Zernoak to reduce some of the problems there. We've got 2,000 ducats, I suppose, at this stage. Let's have a look at the fortifications. We could probably upgrade some of those. But also build another few manufactories while we're at it. And maybe even a workshop. Okay, the workshops aren't quite as good as I was hoping for. Oh well then. We'll just go by what we have. So did we didn't unlock any new buildings yet, did we? Or maybe the dock, but we can now do a bit more states. We can also afford a few more buildings there, but if we have a look at the states, so this one we do not own fully. There's actually none of the states that we own fully, so other than maybe this one, we don't really need to get states there. I mean, I suppose this one would be a potential good one as well. At least it would... Oh, actually, the development over there is practically nothing. That's actually something where we could maybe take the colonies away from here. Assign a little bit more manpower in there, and then we can send it down this way. Start developing that area. Still make it... Oh, shady people expire. Oh, right. Oh... Yeah, we can get a lot of claims here. Can't get a claim there yet. I'm guessing we will be discovering some land, well, at least that province soon enough. And we got 600 ducats right now, so that is still going up quite nicely. 2 cores completed. We can still get a pretty good... well, actually, the manufacturers aren't quite as good anymore as they used to be. For us, we've built most of the ones that we could. And got all the money out of there. Oh, and the manufacturers is going to be the next thing spreading or being discovered in 5 years, and that's actually quite handy. But we are unfortunately out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.